All right, everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Good evening to you. It's a pop-up stream. I know it's so random, but I hope you're all doing well. Listen, I'm doing a free mentoring session right now, so whatever questions you have about day trading or questions about your own trades or how to improve your trading going into next year, we're going to do that for free today. So join us, take notes. If you don't have a question right now, I encourage you to think of one. Do not be shy. Go ahead and type them in the chat. Wizzy, I see you in the chat with the official fam logo. Welcome in. Joseph, I see you as well. Hello to you. Before we get started, quick announcement. You will be seeing a lot of me in 2025. We will be back up here live streaming, of course. It won't be every day, but it may be like every other day, But, you'll be seeing more of me. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to start it off with a daily affirmation because we got to start with some positivity. What's up, Ian? What's up, Terrence? Feel free to let me know in the chat how your day's been today, y'all. Feel free to let me know. All right, December 30th, 2024. Very, very close to New Year's. Once you shift your energy from lack to abundance, you will begin to attract everything that is truly meant for you. Focus on gratitude for what you have and where you are. This is the energy shift that will create more to be grateful for. And the reason why I really wanted to share this quote with you, and I encourage you, please screenshot this, please, because this quote brought me to success years ago, my first taste of success. When you make it to your first 10,000, your first 20,000, your first 30,000, as you see your bank account increase to 100,000, this quote right here brought me there. So I encourage you to screenshot it. I read this when I was broke years ago, and it just happens to be today's quote. So yeah, and basically what it's telling you is you have to focus on what you do have. It's very easy to focus on what you don't have in the moment, right? It's very easy to focus on all the negative happening every day. Oh, I missed my bills. Oh, I'm behind. Oh, I'm in debt. Oh, I got a flat tire. Everything's back to back, But you got to focus on the positive in that moment, okay? All right. Starting it off here, we're going to do a review of today. But yeah, let me know what questions you have. This is your chance at having free mentoring to level yourself up for next year. So go ahead, shoot your questions in the chat. What do you have questions about? Feel free to let me know. Even if you have questions about the charts, like I have gold up right now. I had NASDAQ up that I just switched over from. Naomi, hello to you. Happy to be here. Welcome in. Any questions? While we're waiting for questions, I'm going to show you, I was in the Discord earlier today in the chat trading, and this was my trade here earlier for those who were on Discord. Here's the first set of progress of today's trade. We entered with 2 10 contracts. So the first contract was a 10 and the second contract was a 10, totaling in 20 mini or micro, I should say, micro contracts, because this is micro gold. Here you can see you're up $450 with the 20 micros. Stops are at break even here. Was targeting about 21.30. I figured we'd get close to 21.30. Wasn't really sure if we'd hit all the way there, but I figured we'd get pretty close. I knew we would blow past 26.15, which is this line right here. But as far as if we would get to here, tough call. Anyway, here's the second screenshot of the progress of that trade. Again, this was live on Discord this morning. You can see now we're up $13.90, almost $1,400, basically $1,400, right? And the trailing stop is at 1,000. Now this took a little bit of holding out, you know, but sometimes you gotta hold it out, okay? All right, that was today's trade. That's pretty much my last trade of the year. I'm not taking a trade till next year. So nice to end it off right. Javon, how's your day? My day is going amazing. Javon, how's your day going? Appreciate you asking. GG's on that. W, appreciate you, Terrence. Yeah, that was a very satisfying trade, and I'm glad it was my last trade of the year. Like, that's rewarding, you know? Mr. Gimme, what's mine? Hey, how's it going? How's your day going? But yeah, if you're just joining us, I see the number just popped up. Feel free to ask your questions in the chart. Do you have questions about futures? Do you have questions about gold? Do you have questions about NASDAQ? Do you have questions about anything involving trading, the market structure, today's setups? Why did I take that gold entry today? Anything. Your day's going wonderful. That's awesome to hear. Awesome. I love that for you. But yeah, I really will be back next year. I do have to leave out for a little bit, but when I come back, you know, we'll be trading here off and on. Excited to do that with you. Do the gold question? Okay, which question you have about gold? Today's setup, that one? Why did I take today's sell? Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let me move these tools out the way. Perfect, great question, Joseph. Okay, let's bring it back right before the setup happened. Okay, so right before the setup happened, I'm just gonna bring it down to the 15-minute. This was a tough call at first, and the reason why it was a tough call is because I'm sure a lot of people looked at this as a double bottom, right? Here's my rule with trading. My rule with trading is this. Oops. If I have a zone, which are these lines, then I'm either looking for price to go up or down. So if we're going up and we can't break through this level, right? Well, then we had to be coming down, okay? So I really just kind of look at the overall trend. This is a bearish trend until it shows me otherwise. I'm not just gonna base it off of it looks like a double bottom. I gotta look at what price is doing, okay? And the rule of my zones is just waiting. So if I never got a closure above this area, then there's no way that I can look for buys. So that is the main reason why I wasn't looking for buys. Okay, look how we never get a closure above this area. We just touch. Touching isn't enough. Okay, now look over here. Look how we get a closure above this area. We get a fake out. It's unfortunate there. But it comes back down, right? And then look over here. We get a closure above this area. And then we continued a bit. Right? So again, there was no closures above this area. That kind of sold it for me. Now, if we take a look at it on the 30-minute, the way it closed, okay, the way it closed made me think of a bearish bar, which is a reversal candle. And it's kind of like that 3-bar reversal. So for those of you who know that 3-bar reversal, we got that nice flat equal candle. What do we mean by that? This body is kind of equally spaced in the middle. The wicks are kind of equally spaced. So it's like that perfect candle, you know, when the body's equally in the middle, the wicks are equally as long. So when you get that perfect candle, and when the second candle is that bearish hammer, that third candle should be that 3-bar reversal coming down. So really just simple candlestick patterns. And when I do take that pattern, my rule is it has to be on a level. And look at it's right here on a level. Notice how it forms perfectly on my level. It didn't form here, it didn't form here, it didn't form here. No, it formed perfectly on my level. So that's pretty much it. I pretty much take the same setups Yeah, there you go. There's my answer. Giovanni, what's up? What's your thoughts on using prop firm to fund futures account? I think that's an awesome idea, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, a lot of people, when they get their first $1,000, they're like, "Oh, let me put that in my live account." Well, here's the thing. You're gonna realize real quickly that when you put money in your live account, your emotions are gonna run even more wild than you think. And instead of losing that $1,000, your hard-earned money, say like Top Step, I'm just gonna use them for an example. You could pay $50 for a 50K account, right? And so if you lose this account, you lose $50, not $1,000, right? So the thing is you can learn those hard lessons at a cheaper price, than this. And the other thing is to actually make a good amount of money from trading, you need a lot of cash in your account, to be honest. Like, especially with regulated brokers, you need a lot of cash flow. And most people don't have 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 cash to just put in their trading account. You know what I mean? So if you want to make 1,000 a day, 3,000 a day, if you want to make a certain amount, then you're going to have to go the cheaper route, which is the better route, better for your investment, right? So yeah, and you can get to your goal quicker, right? If you spend, let's say $100 on a 100K account and you pass it, and then you start trading and you're taking like a 2K payout every month, well, you're making way more than what you would have made on your 1K account, cash account. You see what I'm saying? And then you can use those payouts when you withdraw them and then put them in your account. And before you know it, you're going to have your own 10K live account or 20K live account, you know what I mean? But yeah, great question. That was a really, really good question. I'm so mad about that move early. Oh, you're so funny, Lewis. Evening star pattern. Yes, that is the evening star pattern. There we go. Yeah, I don't always remember the let me tell y'all a secret about trading, y'all. Or a secret about me in trading. So for the life of me, sometimes I remember, oh, it's the evening star pattern, but for the most part, I learned that if I can't remember the names, I just need to remember the concept. I know what it looks like when I see it, so I'm just like, okay, that's that pattern. Little trick for you, because I know sometimes it could be hard to remember the names of some of these patterns, And if we look on a higher time frame, my favorite thing to do, watch this. I'm gonna clear this out, and I want you to just look on the 4-hour. Real simple. What happened? We closed below structure, right? Real simple, just simple stuff. We closed below structure, which means we have a high probability of price continuing down to fill out this imbalance, right? To fill out this space over here, okay? Now, just go a little bit more advanced. I know it looks a little choppy, but if we were to pick out an institutional candle on the 4-hour, I'm going to use a blue box, it would be this bearish one, right? So where do we think price is going to go if it continues down towards this area? Now, this is just the perspective on the 4-hour, okay? Now, watch how this setup is, right? On the 4-hour, we do this extra retest. For those of you who learned the candle flip method from me, this is literally a candle flip pattern. So if you looked at it that way, you would have been biased of sells as well. Okay, so that's another good reason. And for those of you who like the Fibonacci setup, there goes your play here. We got the high, we got the low, come all the way down here, and we bounce up, right? Although I wouldn't count that. I would probably count this a little bit more advanced there, but yeah. Look at the fib play. Look at the TP on the fib. So yeah, there's different ways to look at the same setup, but my favorite way is to really, when I have my levels, let's go back to the levels. Where my levels go? All my levels are gone. Come on. We'll get the levels back, but when we have levels and we have other things like Fibonacci, different things to help us out, different concepts, that all helps. You know what I mean? It all helps. It all comes together. The best thing you can do is have, you know, a few different confluences. I don't enter a trade for one reason. I enter it because I see a lot of reasons, and that's why I have a higher win rate. Appreciate you, fam. No problem. Alan, hey, love your videos. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Smokey, I appreciate you. So going into what I just said, what increases my win rate, right? Because I'm doing this for a long time, y'all. I grade my setups. So think about when you're in school, right? We got A, B, you could get a C, you could get a D, and you can get an F. Don't ever in your life take an F setup, because you are doomed to fail. Come on now. So no Fs, no Ds, because D is a low percentage, right? What is D? 60 and below? Y'all help me out with that. Is it 60 and below? Or 65 and below? I forget. But yeah, no D setups. So what are we left with? A setups, B setups, and C setups. You always take an A setup, of course, right? You got a 90% chance, 93% chance, 99% chance, right? 100% chance. Well, nothing's 100% in trading, but you know what I mean. Like, you got a high percent chance of winning. You always take an A setup. Now, what I used to do is I used to take B and C setups. You know what I do now? You know I had such a great year? I do not take C setups anymore. I don't. This is why I had such a great year. No more C setups. I used to. Nope. Now when it comes to B setups, it's a maybe. It's a 50% chance I'll take a B setup. So I literally set myself up so that most of my trades should have like 90% chance or more, right? If it's an A setup, I'm taking it. If it's a B setup, if it's an 89, as petty as this may look, y'all, I know this looks petty, and you gotta be petty as an analyst, right? 89% chance, I'm literally gonna question it. So that's my advice to you, is to grade your setups, and I promise you, you will see a difference. How do you plan your year, or advise someone to plan their year to be profitable upcoming year? What I would do is I would make a plan on how much you want to make a day. That's first and foremost. So if you're doing the prop firms, we're just going to use Top Step as an example. Let's say you're doing the 100K on Top Step. Well, you have to make a minimum of $200 a day. Well, for a winning day, right, to count. You got to do 5 of those. You got to do 5 of those every time you want to get paid. So at minimum, you should be targeting a $200 day. So I would make a plan like, okay, at minimum, I should be targeting a $200 day. And this depends as you as a trader. If you struggle to get $200, that's okay. That's you as a trader. That's okay. But if you're a trader who, let's say you average $400 a day and you're pretty good at that, cool. Maybe that should be your goal. Go for 400 a day. That's cool. Everybody's different, you know? Everybody's different. So make a goal for your daily goal. Stick to it. You make it, you're done for the day. Lock yourself out the account. They got that lockout feature. And this may look like a little bit of money because you're looking at everyone else get crazy payouts, but you have to start small to get big. Okay? You do this with one account, you can get 5 accounts in the future. And in the future, your $200 a day with your 5 accounts is actually $1K a day. So it's okay. It's okay. No need to rush. Do you grade your setups based off how many confluences you have? Yes and no. I grade it off of, I really grade it off of overall. So for an example, this setup, I had a weekly level. So number one, it has to be on my weekly level. If it's not on my weekly level, then I'm already questioning it. Like, I really like to take setups at my levels. So if you look at this, this was at my level, which is already putting it towards the A category. For me to solidify the A, then yeah, I do have to definitely have other reasonings why I think it's going to sell off, which would be the higher time frame, maybe other candlestick patterns I see. We did mention the Fibonacci for this trade. Oh, the VWAP, we didn't talk about that. That's a good reason. Yeah, we retested this VWAP up here. I mean, we're trading away from that VWAP, probably selling off. That was a good reason for a downtrend today too. So yeah, once everything else lines up, I can definitely call it an A. If it's not on one of my levels, right, on one of these lines for an entry setup, yeah, it's already going to the B category. Would impulse flip entries fall under B? It depends. For an example, here's a flip. In this example, we have a closure below. Let's just talk about right here. We have a closure below. We have that retest, and here comes the flip. And the flip zone is right here, right? Now, I said it depends because look at this stop loss. The stop loss is 50 points. Yeah, because of how big that stop loss is, there's no way it could be an A. It's a lot to risk, 50 points. No way it could be a B. You know what I mean? So sometimes flips are pretty pricey if you want to take them. Sometimes you gotta risk a lot, you know? So that's why I said it depends. And with flips, if you don't catch them at the right spot, a lot of times you get a fake out. What do I mean by that? Well, what if this bearish candle did this? Instead of doing that, what if it came down like it did, right? Took out this low, and then it came back up and flipped up bullish. Oh, you would have been sick to your stomach. And yes, that's happened to me before. Trust me, I've lost plenty of trades like this. Too many losses to count, okay? So that's why I say candle flips, yeah, I guess they're already starting off as a B. They can be tough. So you want to really make sure you're really looking towards the sell direction. And like I said, that 4-hour closure today, I'll move this up. Let's change the color, market structure color. Really sold it for me. And I know this is horizontal, but I'm kind of looking at this for what it is. I see mountains, and we broke through the mountains, right? So I'm looking at it sideways. So if I look at it from a sideways perspective, right? If I look at that as the support, then yeah, we did close below. And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you gotta like turn your head sideways a little bit and boom, you know. Seeing sales on go from 26.11. A lot of us still trading FX, love it from the US. That happens to me often. Try to stay away from the flips as much as possible. You know what flips are really good though? The best flips are the ones with liquidity grabs. And I'm gonna give you an example right here. Here's one. Because it's almost a guarantee. I hate to say a guarantee, but it's a high percentage setup. So for this example, we're consolidating, right? We close above. I'm gonna call it a retest because it pulled back, but it's not really a retest. We just didn't do anything. We can call it a pause if you want. We get that pause and a flip. Now notice how this wick took out the previous low. It's a little liquidity grab there. Okay, so these type of flips are usually the ones I do like to go for, especially on NAS. Looking for that continuation up. And that's 140 points in this candle. So yeah, if you can find the flips with the liquidity grabs, those are probably maybe make you feel a little bit more confident to take those setups. You know? Let's go on NAS for some examples, because you know NAS could be complex, okay? Very, very complex at times. We love NAS though. Let's go on let's break it down here towards the 15-minute. Jelani, what's up? What would you be doing from 26.31? 26.31. Oh, that's way up here. Yeah, I don't hold my trades out that long. I'm usually in for the day, and the day meaning by the end of New York session, I'm pretty much done. If anything, I think my longest trades are usually an hour or hour and a half. So yeah, I'm usually pretty quick. What's good, Seven? I see you. All right, let's set up NAS. Lewis asked about NAS. Okay, so this is the current week. So I always ignore the current week. And you know why? Because the week is open, it didn't close yet. So nothing is important to me about the current week. When we close the candle, then I could solidify, okay, that's the low, that's the high, that's the this, that, right? But we're not going to count it until it closes. So let's look into last week. We're going to keep this nice and quick. We're just going to place our levels nice and quick. And then we're going to talk about NAS today. And that looks pretty good. I have so many levels up here. I really don't feel like I need anything on the daily. Okay, perfect. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. We can keep that. Okay. So these were the levels. This does look right. These were the levels I had earlier in NAS, but after that gold trade, I really didn't look at the charts. But yeah, that would pretty much be the setup. So if you look at it on the 30-minute, pretty simple, right? Even just over here, like, okay, we're falling. We get that retest here. There goes a candle flip on the 30-minute, right? So how would you approach this candle flip? Right here at the flip zone, put your stop loss above. See if you can write it out. And, we're not always going to hit the target, right? We don't always hit the target. But what I don't want you to do is for you to be up, how much is this? 91 points and then not close it because you didn't get 140. Like, that's amazing. So in this example, we're not going to hit that target, as you can see, right? So my advice when you go into next year, make sure you take money off the table, y'all. I don't want y'all getting 90-point trades and then getting break even. Okay? Blessings and good vibes. I appreciate you. Any other questions, y'all? Doing good with the questions, y'all. Great questions. But yeah, this one was pretty simple. By the way, our candle flip today was at 9:30. So if you're wondering what 9:30 did or why did 9:30 sell off today during NYSE, it was real simple. We had a closure below here. We had that retest and a beautiful flip. Simple stuff. Real simple stuff. Nothing new. If you've been trading with me over the years, you've seen me take a bunch of those live on YouTube plenty of times. And if you're wondering why do we call that a flip, right? Well, if you look at it at the 1 hour, okay, this 9 o'clock candle, for us to make this top wick, we have to go bullish, right? We have to go up to make a top wick. So we go up, price comes down, and this 1 hour candle flips bearish and then drives down. So the flip point is what we're talking about, is that flip. So I'm going to put it back here so you can see it. That's the flip. Right where that lines up. Okay, that's the flip. OG Strats coming back. There you go. How do you trade swing highs and swing lows? Great question. What's up, Anthony? Swing highs and swing lows. Okay. We're going to go on a higher time frame. 4 hour. We like the 4 hour. Okay. So let's use this swing low as an example because we got a pretty good reversal here. Let's go on the daily though. I'm going to clear this out for a little bit. Does anybody know why this daily candle has this long bottom wick and decided to bounce? Does anybody know? Because it is actually for a reason. It's very specific. Well, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. So you see this consolidation over here? I'm going to put a little box around it. See that little consolidation? Well, it's not just consolidation, but we do have, you see this bearish candle? Imbalance. I see that. Bank zone? Nope, no bank zone. News. Oh, that's a great one. Well, remember, they set up the news before it drops. or before it goes. They know how they're setting this up before the news. It's all price action, y'all. So this is the last bearish candle before we get this big push up. You see that? Big push up. 600 points. Oh, 1,200 points. Oh my goodness. Big push up. But the point is, this is the last bearish candle. So that's going to make that the institutional candle on the daily. Boom. That's why we got that reversal. Now, it looks kind of ugly over here as far as if it looks like a 3-bar or not. But if we break this down to the 4-hour time frame, just think about it. If we tilt your head sideways, like we talked about earlier, price broke through, and this was FOMC, by the way. Price broke through and crashed all the way down, but we never got towards this area. Then we finally did. You see that? So of course, we're most likely going to have a reversal there. Now, I saw someone mention bank zones. I'm down to the hourly now. What's going to be hard about this is what? Finding the reversal, right? Well, this is 7 o'clock in the morning. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. And if you know NAS, the party don't get started till 9:30. So, of course, 9 o'clock candle is here to mess with everybody. Okay, look at the 9:30 candle. You know why they did that? Because they know a lot of people are going for these buys. They know that. They know you're waiting for 9:30 to drop. So what do? Oh, we're not going to go anywhere. And then what do they do after they stop everybody out? And then we launch it. And don't get me wrong, if you thought this was a candle flip play, or you saw the liquidity grab and you entered it, it's okay if you take a small scratch, if you take a small loss. Go ahead and re-enter, and there you go. You know, so that's one thing I definitely want you to know for next year. It's okay to take a small loss. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Scratch the trade. Because for all you know, in the next 20 minutes, you're going to have an awesome trade. You know? QB, yeah. Yep. I see, yep. Of course, it's going to react on that area of the daily time frame. So the better you get at reading the daily and the 4-hour, which, you know, just keep it simple. The more you see stuff like that, the more you're like, okay. Just based off of this, you know it has a high probability chance of bouncing. And the way I would look at it is, okay, the 4-hour closed above. I look at this as a 3-bar reversal. Remember what I mentioned in that gold example? The first candle is almost like perfect. The body is equally spaced, right? We just talked about that 15 minutes ago. The body is equally spaced, sort of, in the middle. The proportion of these wicks kind of look the same, right? You see that? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you see that. Let me get a 1 in the chat. And then the next candle should look like a doji, the second candle. And then the third candle is going to be your entry candle. So see how they, you know, it doesn't look perfect, but they got to mix it around a little bit. They can't make it that easy for you, you know. But for the most part, the more you get used to it, the more you're going to see it really quickly. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I know what that is. You know, and stuff like that will make you feel a little bit more confident. They're great setups. These type of setups happen every single day. They don't happen every day on the 4-hour, but they happen every day on some time frame, for sure, 100%. Can't wait for January, February. You're already ready to trade, huh? Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna trade, let's see, Wednesday the 8th. Yeah, Wednesday on the 8th. So I'm taking a little break. I'm gonna take a little break, and then Wednesday the 8th, maybe I'll be streaming on that day. Definitely right now you're just chilling. Do you have a New Year's resolution for, with trading this year? Oh, that's a good question. Well, for me, I'd like to take less losses. And don't get me wrong, I do well. But sometimes I start off like, say, like my first, not my first trade, but sometimes my first trade could be like minus 200. So now I'm already starting in the red, which is really annoying. But then my next trade will be like plus 800. So now I'm plus 600 for the day, which is cool. But it's like, I didn't have to lose the 200, did I? So I kind of want, I know I can't get 100% accuracy, but you know, I want to get as close to 100% accuracy as possible. You know, I want to get a 95 and above win rate. You know, that would be nice. It would be nice. So yeah, I'm looking for even more accuracy. That's what I focus on, accuracy. Because the more accurate you are, the more you'll feel a little bit more confident. Like instead of risking 200, you'll risk 300. Instead of 300, you'll risk 400. You know, on the setups you usually take. Like today's setup that I took, for those who did not see my trade earlier, we were on Discord earlier. For those who are just coming in, this was my last trade of the year. I did review this earlier today, but yeah, I entered this live on Discord. So we took 210 micros, so together it's 20 cells, but I was very confident in this one. You can see I'm up 450, stops to break even. And there's the next picture. Yeah, and then right here, as the trade progresses, hold it out. Literally in the next like 7 minutes, we get a bigger drop. So now we're up 1390. Stop loss, trailing stop was at 1,000. And again, this is just an example of a trade I take a little bit more risk on based off of confidence in that trade. You know. Listen, these streams be amazing. Thank you, July. Yeah, we have fun on Discord. Liking the rules is the go. Oh, sticking to the rules. Ooh, that's a good one. Sticking to the rules. You know, okay, I actually have one. You know what I do sometimes? Sometimes we have what I like to call those rebound entries. Right? Because sometimes I could see something and maybe I'll scratch it for like minus 30 bucks, minus 50 bucks, minus 100 bucks. I'll just scratch it if I don't like it. But then I may see something else and get right back in. And my rule is if it's the same candle, I gotta wait. So I should wait for the next 15-minute candle to close to reassess the trade. Not get back in within the same 15-minute candle and change direction. Or take the same direction after scratching it. So sometimes I do that too. So yeah, definitely wait for the next candle. That'll help raise your accuracy as well. Took buys on gold 2606 area. Look for TP 2613. Going for about 70 points. Well, it's 8 o'clock, which is market open. Market open didn't do much. How come market open didn't do much? Well, I don't like that the market open didn't do too much. I could tell you that off the bat. But let's get the opening range from today up here. Yeah, I thought we were near it. So if we look at today's opening range on gold, the opening range is from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, right? Where did we range? We're bouncing off the bottom of that range, headed towards the middle. If we can push past this middle, we should be able to get towards the top of this range, which is at 2612. So yeah, I mean, if you get some volume, you may just get up to that 2613 area. Now, me personally would not have taken this trade here because I'd probably wait for a closure above this structure. Or I like the support built off of this zone. I might have took an early buy down here. Would probably be better. Get in that bounce. You know why? Because let me use blue. Let's use blue. This is a good little area for a bounce. Let's see it on the 1 hour. Four hours, got an hour and 40 left. But yeah, only concern is 8 o'clock didn't have much volume. So that would be my only concern there. Where are my levels at? Did I delete the levels again, y'all? I did. I'm sorry. We'll put them back. I'll make it quick. Okay, now let's look at it. Yeah, okay. Let's go on to the 15-minute. It's a little choppy in this area. I personally don't like this area at all. Lots of wicks, you know? It may be one of those where I sit back and watch. By the way, we do have 9 o'clock coming up in about 40 minutes, y'all. To those who are members, you notice I started the stream like an hour earlier today. But that's because I want to make sure we can get as many questions in as possible. You know. Any other questions, y'all? Questions are going well today. Uh-oh, we're breaking this 30-minute high? Okay, then. All right, maybe we could possibly smooth sail our way up here, 2612 area. Broke that 30-minute high. Maybe get some volume in here. Currently 1 to 20 over here in the UK. Oh, 120. Oh my goodness. AM. Appreciate you still coming through, Smokey. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you get some rest. That's dedication. It's 6:21 over here where I am. About dinner time, but I went out today, had a great day, but I did not go to the gym, so I think I'm gonna do my workout after stream. A little late workout today, but we gotta get the workout in, you know? We got to. Gotta go back to work tomorrow, Sai. Oh, Jelani, hopefully you enjoyed your break. I know you're off for a while. I agree with you, being more accurate lens. I guess it's just natural as a trade to progress for great accuracy. Yeah, honestly, raising the accuracy is the best thing you can do. You know? Don't be stubborn like me, y'all, because I was stubborn. Very, very stubborn. It's hard when you see some type of success in trading to change what you already do. It's very hard. It can be hard to adapt. But this is a career and skill set where you do have to be able to adapt. You know, and if you're wondering what I'm talking about adding the VWAP. You know, I do use that VWAP. I don't use it in every setup. Like today's setup, it really served no purpose. But there are setups I have where it does serve a purpose. And actually, today's setup, I lied. If we anchor, it will serve a purpose. Hold on, let's anchor it. Okay, let's see. Let's turn the regular one on. So yeah, the regular one, like I said, it didn't serve a purpose towards this setup because it's way down here, right? But if we anchor the opening, 8 o'clock open, where's that at? Where's 8 o'clock? Right here. There's 8 o'clock. Look at this. And did we have news? What did we have today? I had something at 9. Yeah. Oh, that was at 9:45. Then pending home sales. 9:45 and 10. Well, 10 was the pending home sales, but 9:45. Okay, let's do 9:45 news. This bullish candle. Okay, so now look at it on the 30-minute. So essentially, we're testing out the opening volume. That's the green. 8 o'clock opening volume. See how we kind of went down, pulled up, and retested it? Trading away from it. Now we add that news here, which is the yellow. We're pushing through. You can't really see it here, but we're pushing through that news anchor as well. So yeah, it could have helped you here. It's right around the area I got in at too. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that can help your accuracy. Very, very helpful, right? And by the way, I showed you what it looked like in real time. That's what it looked like in real time, because I'm in replay mode. So in real time, that's what it looked like. Just like this in real time. If you want to see it on the 5-minute, what it looked like in real time, there you go. I can even put it back for you. Kind of looks like a 3-bar reversal here too, by the way. See how it's sloping down, sloping its way down. Happy holidays. What's up, Anchor? This year I quit the markets way too early on some days. How did you identify a day we're sticking it out? Oh, that's a great question. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so a lot of people do quit too early, and I think that's what a lot of people's problem is actually. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's delete this first. So yeah, so let's talk about that. So remember, when it comes to 9:30 New York time, NYSE open, the party is just getting started. Like literally the party's just getting started. Most people by 9:30, their last trade is the 9:30 opening, they lose it and they're like, oh, I'll hold it out till 10, and after that they're done. They're crashing out. They're done. Because they've been trading since 3 in the morning London session, or since 8 o'clock open, or 7 o'clock. They're done. But this is the pre-turn up. Okay, this is the pre-party at 9:30. 10 a.m. is when we're just sitting down getting our programs. Okay. 11 o'clock, the service actually started. We're already in the service. 12 p.m. we get a little break time. 1 p.m. back to class, back to the market, putting our glasses on. Between 1 and 2, we may get some lunch. By 2 o'clock, we're probably making a decision. Okay, I'm done for today. I'm not done for today. By 3 o'clock should be the last time we're looking at anything, and definitely should be off by 3:34. So the point is you have this long time between 9:30 and 4 p.m. where you have so many options, right? You have a long time you could trade, right? That's like 7 hours or 6.5 hours, you know? That's a long time, and you got to trade pairs that give you multiple setups. Gold will give you multiple setups. NAS will give you multiple setups. A lot of time with NAS, people get dumped at 9:30, they get dumped at 10, and then when 11 o'clock comes around, they're not on the charts no more, and it was the perfect setup they were looking for. You know, so I always say, you know, the best advice I got was if you want to do something professionally, do it like the pros are doing it. What are professional traders doing on Wall Street? They got their coffee in the morning at 9:30. They're not clocking out till 4 or 5 p.m., right? They're chilling. You know, so yeah, think of it that way. Makes sense? That makes sense, y'all. So yeah, sometimes you have to change your time of trading, and I kind of did that this year. If you notice, I start a little bit later than usual, but it's just because for me, like, first of all, at the time, I mean, I'm all the way in the West Coast, so I do start at like 6 or 6:30 in the morning. That's still early, but it's not 6:30 on the other side. It's 9:30 New York time, right? So yeah, I mean, my time's different, but I did find a lot more accuracy in starting 9:30 rather than starting at 7:30. You get what I'm saying? I kind of skip all that madness, and you know, by the time I come on the chart, usually whatever news was at 8:30 is already done. I'm not even CPI news, unemployment claims, PPI news, whatever happened at 8:30. I start after that. I'm pulling up to my computer at like 8:50, y'all. 8:55, barely making it, right before 9 o'clock, because that's when I like to start. So yeah, it's cool because you know, when I wake up, a lot of people got burnt already, and I hate to say it that way, but it is true. So yeah, maybe change the times you're checking the charts next year, y'all. Maybe that'll help you. By the way, looks like gold did indeed find a little bit of pump up here. Made it to 2610. Did we close above 2610 though? Was the question. Let's put up a, because there is a bank zone here. 2610 flat. Oh, we closed above, which means we could have the potential to go to 2615. Potential. We could see this, especially breaking past this area. Interesting. Let's see. One of my mistakes I made this year was trying to trade while I'm at work. Notice most of my losses came while I was distracted or making an impulse because I was about to be busy. Ooh, yeah. That's a good one, Marco. That distractions will definitely mess you up, for sure. I may not be at work, but I do have 2 big dogs, and you know, having my puppy this year was very distracting while I was trading in the morning because he had to keep going out. And y'all, there were times where there was one trade I had this year, y'all, and I forget how much I was up, but I was just sitting here in drawdown for like an hour, okay? And my dog had to go out, so I was like, oh, okay, let me take him on his walk because this trade ain't doing nothing. Took him on a little 10-minute walk. I thought that was quick enough. I come back, my trade spiked up like 50 points and right back down to my stop loss. Holy. And I'm like, no, I could have at least left with something. It hurts. Sometimes it hurts. I am Webs. What's up, Webs? How you been transitioning to swing trading? I'm seeing so much more success with it. Awesome. That's great. That's great. Yeah, you know, some people are really great at swing trading. I tried it, and it's not for me. I like to, I like the daily grind. You know, I like to be in and out and stuff. But yeah, cheers to you that you can do that. Love it. Love to see it for you. I hope it works out well. I hope it continues working out well, and you can make some really great money because you know you're getting bigger trades. So, are you messing with EMAs? Great question, Ian Core. Nope, just the VWAP. I don't know why this is up here, actually. Let me take that off. I have no idea why that was there. I could have clicked it by accident while trying to get the VWAP up here, but nope, just the VWAP. Regular VWAP that I have here, and then I have this, which is anchored VWAP, like this. I have it color coded, so I know. But those of you wondering what an anchored is, it's built into TradingView. You get it for free right here in TradingView. Although I don't think you could see it. I think my screen's, why is my screen cut off? I don't know why my screen's cut off, but if you go to the left, you know what I mean. There's a menu over here. It's the one where you have your long, your long and short positions. That one, click on that one, and you'll see anchored VWAP as an option. I do have a VWAP book in the Discord. That book definitely increased my accuracy, like I don't know what, the last half of this year. So those of you who've been live training with me in the Discord the last half of this year, y'all been seeing like our setups are crazy. I mean, did we not see today's setup? Like the accuracy is insane. So yeah, I definitely, I'm glad I read the book. I'm glad I swallowed my pride and add that to my chart. So lesson of the year for me, y'all, is sometimes you have to swallow your pride because you don't know it all, and you never know what small little thing can just boom increase your accuracy. As a trader, you're always grinding, always. And you don't see me. I don't do the big trades. I do what I'm comfortable with. I'm comfortable with $1,000 days or a couple thousand in a day, or 500 in a day. I'm happy with 500 a day. I don't really care. Like I'm comfortable with that. You never really see me with like a 10K day, 20K day, because I stopped trading at a certain point. Like I'll do 1,000 for the day and I'm done. I'll walk away. Now keep in mind I do have my own personal account, and I do have a few accounts with Top Step that are copying, so 1,000 times the accounts. But still, my point is you can have big wins with small wins, is my point, y'all. I don't want you to think that you have to have a 10K day or 20K day to be profitable. You can get $1,000 days, $500 days, $400 days, and be very profitable. It's all about consistency, really. Okay. Jamar, I just seen your message, Jamar. You give time for the market to digest the news and madness. Yeah, pretty much. And I give my brain some time to sleep because, hey, work at UPS as a supervisor overnight interferes with London sesh in the open of NY. Ooh, yeah, okay. Well, tell me this. If you work overnight, I know a few people who work overnight and they don't fall asleep until because they're up after work. They don't fall asleep until 11 or 12 p.m. So I guess if you're still awake, maybe you can trade till then. But other than that, overall, in my opinion, overnight shifts are not healthy for your body because they've changed. You got to go to the backward schedule. You miss the daylight, you miss the sunlight. You kind of miss the day. So we had, I don't think Karain's here, but shout out to Karain, one of our members. He ended up changing his shift when he was able to do morning shift, and he's doing much more better now. In trading, he's happier, you can hear it in his voice. And yeah, so anyone doing overnight shift, if there's a shift open for you to change to morning shift, I'll recommend it for you, because that way you can get on that schedule, because to manifest what you want, you have to already be doing it, right? Wake up, go to the gym, get your protein shake, even when you're not fit, even when you're not healthy, but you got to do those things to manifest it, So same thing with trading. Be able to wake up, hit the charts, get your rest out. You wanna act like you already hit your goal. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So back to our quote of the day that I read earlier, you don't want to be miserable in the moment, because now you're delaying the success, right? What you want to do is you want to do what you would be doing if you had it. If you had $1 million right now, what would you be doing? Think like that, and that's what you do. You'd probably be smiling, right? So change your frown into a smile. You'd probably be socializing with your friends, so socialize, right? So you know what I mean? Hopefully that helps y'all because that advice took me a long way. A long way. And even when I first heard the advice, I still didn't do it. you know? But when I did finally do it, I did quickly see a difference. I'll tell you that. Funny how life works, right? The moment we actually accept things and do things, we see a difference. Okay, see this trade right here? If I were in buys, it was up 39, now it's up 15. If I were in buys, something like this, I'm not letting my 39 point progress go to waste. Goes down and flips, I'm taking my 25 points. I'll take it and then I'll reassess for the next trade. Like if this was like the morning, like New York. And the reason why is because I'm not afraid to take a $150 win or a $300 win or a $500 win because at the end of the day, it adds up. That adds up, and I made $950 for the day off of my 3 trades. They might have been small. I might not have held them all the way out, but I'm still up $950 instead of break even. You know what I mean? So please, please, going into 2025, when you do all this hard work, okay, have a system that you follow. Do not let this go to waste. Take some profit, reassess for your next trade. Sit back, wait for another setup. Okay? Because too many people leave money on the table. And to be consistent, you're here to consistently make money. You're not here to consistently have a pitch perfect setup that you can show everybody. Nobody cares about a pitch perfect setup. Pitch perfect setup is not going to pay your bills. What's going to pay your bills and pay you and put money in your account, right? It's consistently making money. You get what I'm saying? Living the feeling of your wish fulfilled. There you go, 7. Yes, there you go. Act as if it's already happening and it inevitably will. Exactly. Yep. And you know the thing about it, sometimes it won't happen in a couple months. Maybe it'll happen in a year. But you gotta stick to it, y'all. I promise you, if you stick to anything that you do, no matter how bad it is right now, no matter how much you may not be seeing progress in it, sometimes it's not for you to see the progress. It's just for you to believe in yourself. That's all. Believe in yourself. Stick with it. Dedication and hard work will get you to any goal you have. I promise you. Any goal you have. If your goal next year is to make 100K in trading, then no matter who you are listening to me right now, you can do that. I don't care if you started trading yesterday. You can still do that. You have to believe that you can do that. You know? You gotta believe. And work hard. You gotta work hard. Trust me when I tell you hard work pays off. Someone took the bus at 2606 to 2613. Yeah, it looks like we only got up towards 2611, but we do have about 18 minutes. I'm really curious to see what 9 o'clock ends up doing. Why did I delete that level here? Let's put it back. There we go. I swear my phone about to piss me off. That's funny. Let's come back over to NAS real quick. Oh, I can't see the time because this is in the way. Let's see. 20:30. Okay, so this is 8:30 candle. Now, as appetizing as this looks, right? Okay, we closed above, right? Oh, we have this whole structure here where we can continue up. Yeah. We see all that, right? As appetizing as it looks, it's still Asian session. And I just want to really tell you, really know the difference in the sessions, y'all. Because we don't have to do anything in Asian session. Like New York session, yeah, we should be getting some volume, but Asian session, we can just chill and consolidate. So I usually have low expectations for Asian session. I usually don't even focus on NAS during this session. I usually just kind of focus on gold during this time. It's typically what I do, but yeah, just remember what session you're in for sure. Got about 50 seconds till this closes, by the way. 50 seconds, here we go. 45 on the clock. Whoa, what just happened here? I think my screen like flashed out real quick. That's okay though. But yeah, y'all, like I said, that's a big thing I do this year. I really don't hold them out unless it's like a solid candle. Even something like this. Let's say I took a buy here, I'm up 24. To a certain extent, I may take some money here, and then I may get in here and get another, another swing. So yeah, instead of getting so many break evens, I get a little bit of something, and I'll reassess it and get right back in. If it makes sense, right? We're not just getting in just to get in, just to be clear. When the setup presents itself, of course. Here's a good example, right? If you take this swing up for 22 points and look at this nice retest, yeah, I would have got break even here, right? If I took this buy and put it at break even and this next candle came down and touched it, right? So this is a good example of why. Let me put it here so you can envision it. This is a really good example of why I do what I do. Getting targeted, yeah, it feels like it sometimes. Instead of losing out on this progress, especially if I'm doing like $10 a point here, I'm up 220, goes down to 200, I'll take the 200 instead of getting 0. And then if this lines with my setup, which it does, I'll get back in here and this candle flips up bullish, and now I'm riding the wave again, right? And even, let's say, even if this went up to 200 again, I closed it, now I'm up $400, versus I could have just got break even and then just got $200. So see what I mean? How I don't let progress go to waste. And if you're wondering when I move stops to break even, I move stops to break even usually when I'm 20 points in. So if it's not 20 points in, I'm not moving it to break even. I'm chilling. But in this setup, this is 22 points, so it's above 20. So yeah, my stops would have been at break even by the time this next candle came down. Now in this example, if we re-entered here, this only went up 5 points or 6 points. That's not 20 points, so my stop would not be at break even by the time this candle went, so I'd still be open. We zoom up here, 20 points, boom, I put stops to break even. And yeah, as this come back down, boom, reassess, close it, Hopefully that makes sense, y'all. That'll be the entry right there. Fair enough. My bad, bro, manners. You are so funny. You are hilarious. By the way, I want to appreciate every single one of you for being here on stream, y'all. I really, really appreciate it. We only have 72 people, but guess what? Y'all equal out. Right now it says y'all equal the views of 400 viewers. That's just because y'all are watching. So I appreciate it so much. Literally 72 of y'all make up the amount of 400 people. Is insane. So I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you chatting. I know a lot of people aren't chatting, but they're still watching. So it does, that's crazy. 70 for 400 is crazy. You know, it's like a 4x, right? Yes, sir. Those are some great numbers, I'll tell you that. Excellent numbers. Okay, let's see here. We got about 11 minutes, y'all. I really want to just see like what this candle does at night. I got really interested in what gold's been doing here. Even though it's not in a position where I would personally want to take it, I'm still intrigued. I mean, the best way to learn is to watch, you know? That's really the best way to learn. Oh, geez, look at this. You know it's tricky? I bet a lot of people took sells when this broke this low. Oh my goodness. And this is why I say candle flips can be tricky, right? Because you can look at this as a candle flip play with a liquidity grab if it breaks this level right here. Take an entry right here or put a buy stop right here. Looking for that continuation up towards this level, or really towards this level too, for 48. Risky though, especially where we are. Very, very risky. So I'm not in it. I'm watching. Definitely not an A setup. Still here dealing with my 4-year-old. Oh, you are too funny. That must take a lot of patience. Jelani says OG strat. That just goes to show the winning bunch and contemplating. But again, life be lifing. Yeah, life be lifing. There you go, Jelani. Life be lifing. You know it. By the way, chat, what are your New Year's resolutions? Let me know in the chat. What's your New Year's resolutions? Been waiting on the pullback in gold? Okay. Let me know. What are you looking forward to trying to do? Not trying. We're gonna take the word try. What are you gonna do? Let's speak it into action. What are we doing next year? Informix, what's up? How's it going? Appreciate you stopping by as well. I tell you what, chat. I definitely need to stick to. Okay, I do stick to my diet, but I do have too many cheat days, if you know what I mean, okay? Hey. Discipline is not easy, okay? But I guess I want to stick to my gym schedule more accurately and do less cheat days eating wise. That's what I'm working on next year. You know? And when I say stick to my gym days, sometimes I may cut my workout a little bit short. It's a little bit short. And I can do more. So I want to make sure I'm pushing myself every time. Jelani, gym, trading with Sensei, and looking to retire full-time, trade full-time. Nice. You want a big withdrawal? Awesome. 2626 repeat, 2600 retest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a great goal to get a nice payout, right? I really hope everyone who's listening right now, I hope that you make over 5,000 trading next year. I hope you make over 10,000 trading next year. I hope you make an extra 20,000 trading next year. All right, that's like a little warehouse salary on top of what you already do, you know? Make an extra 30, 40,000. You know, sometimes you gotta start small. You know, your first year seeing some success, maybe you'll make 20 grand trading. But then the next year, you'll make 100K trading. And you're gonna be like, wow, why was this year so much easier? It's because you learned so many lessons. But, you know, once you get your first 100K, road to $1 million will be a little quicker than you think, but still gotta put in that hard work. So break your big goals down into small goals, y'all. Work on that 10K or work on that 5K. All right, 5K payouts. I want to see it in the chat next year. 5K total. And then I'm gonna see y'all working on y'all 10K payouts. My goal is to stop external stuff, dictate my internal world, and be more joyful. Ooh, I like that, Saab. I like that. Yeah, I have a book about that. I have a book about not reacting to things that you can't control. Only react to things that you can control. Make 2.5K a month trading. Awesome. Shoot, that takes care of bills, right? Some bills, yeah. That's awesome. Great extra money. Great extra income there. Stick to my workout routine. Read one book a month. I love that. I love that. Oh, okay, yeah. So I bought I gotta count. Hold on. I bought 5, 6, 7. I bought 7 books within the last month. And yeah, I need to read them. I need to read them. I bought 7 books. I spent over $100. I think I spent maybe $160, because they're hardcover books. So I spent $160, and I haven't read them yet. Okay, 2 of them I cracked them open and read some, but the point is I need to finish my books. So I like that one. And the reason why I read books, y'all, is because I really, it's funny. When I was younger, I used to Google, how do you become a millionaire? How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you make money? How do you make extra money? How do you make passive income? Just Google. And the same thing would pop up when people give you an answer and they would say, read books. Or you watch these How I Became a Millionaire videos and they're like, read books. And I was like, I grew up hating reading. But boy, oh boy, now I read. I can tell you that. Now I read. And, when you read, the people who are authors of those books, they're mentoring you. That's what people don't get. They're literally mentoring you, y'all. Just think about that. They're mentoring you about life, about mindset, about how to deal with people, how to get to success. So you have to read. You have to read to gain that wisdom, to put yourself in the mindset to get to where you want to go. So reading is important. Can't stress that enough. Amanda, hey. Consistency in trading, gym and journaling routine, overall just more discipline. Awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. By the way, y'all, for those who don't have a gym, because I have no excuse, because the gym's literally, I have a gym in my community. For those who don't know, I do live in a gated community. We have our own private things and stuff. But I have no excuse, because I could just walk to the gym. But there are days I don't go, and I do work out at home. So I encourage you all, even if you just want to get yourself some workout equipment and work out in the house, if that's easier for you, you can do that too. Get you 2 single dumbbells, get a couple sizes, or a couple different, weights. Boom, there you go. You got your little at-home gym, Happy late birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. Y'all believe this? This candle came all the way down to 2608 and tapped that level. Insane. Now remember, the purple lines here are the major levels, and then this dotted line here is just like a, minor level. Greg, what's up, Greg? What do you get with $9.99 Asian session? This right here, what we're doing now. Yeah, pretty much this right here. I do this Tuesday nights, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. So Tuesday through Thursday every week is when we do the Asian session. Monday I give you off. And Friday there is no Asian session, of course. By the way, y'all, we do have 1 minute. I appreciate you for sticking it out with me. We've been waiting on this candle at 9 o'clock. What is going to happen here with gold? We've really been waiting here. 1 minute left. That new hourly candle's coming into play. New 30 minutes coming into play. New 15, new 5, new everything. This thing's been a bit chopped. Again, it's not to my liking, so that's why I'm not trading. I took my last trade of the year today. I'm happy with it. I'm going to end the year off with a bang. And, yeah, so we're just watching. 35 seconds on the clock. Should I keep it on the 1 hour? Or should I keep it on the 30? 15? Maybe we'll keep it on 15. Or actually, let's keep it on the 1 hour. Just see how it closes. 20 seconds. Here we go. I mean, if anything, it looks like it's going to close above this level. 10 seconds. Told you I see sells from 2611 to 2600. Look at that clean sniper entry. Oh, up here, yeah, 2611. All right, so we did close bullish, leaving a pretty big wick at the top, which could be filled. It's only 26 points. Ooh, yeah, not really a fan of the way this looks, to be honest. Hey chat, before I leave you today, let's see if we can have a little fun for our last couple minutes. Did anybody see the trend on the internet? We listen, but we don't judge. Let me know. Did anybody see that trend? We listen, but we don't judge. I was thinking, why don't we do the trading edition of that? We listen, but we don't judge. Trading edition. Okay, so we all got to take a turn now. Everybody's got to type something in the chat. Something embarrassing you did when it comes to trading. Something embarrassing you did this year when it comes to trading. I'll start it off. Let me think. What's something I did this year when it comes to trading? Let's see. Ooh, okay, I got one. Okay, I was up 600 and change on the day. I don't know the exact number, but 600 and change on the day. And I entered a trade on gold, and I entered a trade on NAS. And I lost 300. So then I was at break even. Entered another trade on both. Then I was negative 600. So I went from being plus 600 to minus 600 on the day. All right, go ahead. Who's next? We listen, but we don't judge. Trading edition. Actually, I'm going to type that in the chat. That is too funny. Okay, there we go. It says it in the chat now. Who's next, y'all? Don't be shy. Gotta type out what you did. What's something you did during trading this year? I know somebody's got something to share. G-Mon said I've done that many times. Tara, you got this, Tara. Oh wait, I'm supposed to say we listen but we don't judge before I read it, right? Okay, we listen but we don't judge. Sherry, I took 100 to 200 and lost it all revenge trading in one day. Ooh, we listen, but we don't judge, chat. Appreciate y'all sharing. Anybody else? Anybody else? Come on, I know you got some stories. Some of you, I know some of your stories that I seen in the chat today. Okay, we listen, but we don't judge. Real bad trades. Bought a challenge account, but paralysis by analysis led me to not hit the execute button until the next year's end. Ooh, we listen, but we don't judge. No limit. Risk all capital on one trade and hold it for 2 days and still lost. We listen, but we don't judge. FX change Poppy. It's finally clicking to me. Support resistance with price action, understanding the wicks. Oh, wait. I appreciate that. That's a great comment. Hold on. Let me read the. We listen, but we don't judge. I'll be in a trade, being that I'm a swing trader, but sometimes I'll forget I'm already in a trade because I'm seeing other moves and I'll trade it and lose when I should have just kept my swing. Ooh, Javon, we listen, but we don't judge. Marco, I had my biggest trade of the year and lost it in the same day by taking 3 more trades and ended up negative for the day. We listen, but we don't judge. This is great, y'all. This is awesome. This is great. Isn't this fun? It's cool to get it off the chest, right? It's cool to get it off the chest, you know? And others feel your pain, I promise. I promise others will feel your pain. But FX Change, I got you. I read your comment there. I'm glad it's finally clicking with you. You know, once you learn the basics and you start learning a little patterns, you just kind of throw it all together. It's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. It's just like sticking to that consistent setup. That's all. We listen, but we don't judge. DNEFX. I watched the kill zone, missed the move, and AFK, and came back soon as the move was over, right back in the kill zone. Ooh. Yeah, that does happen a lot, huh? Speaking of, we were waiting on this candle, and it's doing a lot of nothing. Am I right? It's doing a whole lot of nothing. We're about halfway done with this 15-minute candle. Let's take a look at it on the 5-minute. Okay. Whole lot of nothing. 3 minutes really showing the choppiness here. Jeez. Although it's kind of looking like a bullish pennant, right? Kind of, sort of, a little bit. Maybe. It may go now. No promises though, but that's what it kind of was looking like. We listen, but we don't judge. Informix, lost all my savings, got divorced, but I am back to learn this skill. Ooh, tough year for you, I see. Tough year. But you know what? You're not alone, and it's okay, because everything happens for a reason, right? Sometimes the universe resets you, if you know what I mean. And unfortunately, you got a hard reset, right? Tough reset. But I promise you it's going to work out for the better. You may not see it right now, but hopefully by the end of next year, you will see why it happened, and you'll be so happy that it happened, you know? Keep a positive attitude. Keep chilling with us on stream, and let's make sure you hit those goals. Chosen ones, you're being isolated for a reason. I wish I had my finger snap. Yeah, finger snap to that. I love that. That's very true. Telling you, man, them chosen ones, you will go through the most hurt. A lot of things will get snatched from you, and you may not understand in the moment, but you'll look back later on and be like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy that happened to me a couple years ago. We listen, but we don't judge. Lewis, I was up 2,800 on a challenge and over risked myself into zero profit, and I lost the account. This all happened within 4 days. Ooh, we listen, but we don't judge. I forgot to close. We got 10K Don. What's up, 10K Don? I forgot to close a buy limit order on GJ and lost half of my capital. We listen, but we don't judge, chat. We do not judge. Tough, man, tough. You know, I'm trying to think. I put in the wrong, oh, I know what happened. So I had NQ open, which is the bigger NAS, right? One contract is $20, and you know I'm trading micro NAS, so there's no reason for NQ to be open, but I was checking it out, and then I refreshed my screen, and I completely forgot to change it back over to micro NAS. So when I entered with a 5, it wasn't no $10 a point. It was $100 a point. Yeah, that messed me up real bad. Accidents happen though, y'all. You know, accidents happen, and we're all human. We all make mistakes. Things happen. So I just want you to know, like, no matter how long you've been doing this, you're still gonna make mistakes, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I mess up all the time. It's okay. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to grow and be the best we can and achieve things we want to achieve, right? David, we listen, but we don't judge. I lost my funded account in one day. I was down by 3,000. I got it back up to 3,200 by over leveraging, of course. Instead of getting my money back and making 200 for the day, I over traded and lost the account. Ooh. Well, that's interesting that you were down 3,000, then got it back up to 3,200. That's pretty interesting. But that's okay, David. That's okay. It happens, right? It happens. Made my profits in NY, gave it all back in Asian for 3 days straight. Proper Robin Hood. Ooh, we listen, but we don't judge, Wizzy. Yeah, it happens. And you see, chat, what do we all have in common in this chat? We all make mistakes. You're human. We mess up, right? It happens. It happens. And hopefully you all see that what you all have in common is the struggle to get to that goal, right? You all have that one goal in common. It's tough to get to this goal. This is not an easy goal to achieve. So I encourage you, like, the fact that you have the mental capacity to even try trading, you should give yourself a round of applause. You know? You really should. It's not easy to stick this out at all. The easiest thing to do is to quit trading. So anyone who's sticking this out, man, you better give your brain some mental credit, y'all. Give it some credit, because this is not easy. Human trial and error. Yeah, trading NASDAQ, I was over leveraging, but instead of just taking that profit and hitting my 200 mark for the day and coming back tomorrow, I chose to jump back in the trade, and it went against me. Gotcha. You know what? I have trades where, like I said, like I can start the day minus 300, and the more I rush back into it, the more I'll be minus, right? But the more I'll be like, okay, let me take a 30-minute break and come back. I promise you, I come back, I'll get a $700 trade, I'll get a $1,000 trade, and before you know it, we're up $400, $1,400 for the day. We're done. We make back our loss. We took a break. We came back. You know, we assessed the problem, you know. And sometimes you have to do it in steps. Sometimes I could be down 300, and my next trade I'm up 200. And I'll be like, you know what? Let me just take the 200. Okay, now I'm down 100. And from then on, you know, if I win my next trade, cool. But if I start losing my next trade, I'll start to cut myself off. You know why? Because then I'm going to say, okay, I'm just not seeing it today. For some reason, my accuracy is not good today. Let me just stop it here. And I encourage you all to have a daily loss limit. So me, I really try not to lose more than 600. If I'm down 600, then I lock in for the day minus 600. Absolutely. Locked in. Okay, I'm done. That's my day, minus 600. You know? So I encourage you, when you go into 2025, have a daily loss limit in your mind, or write it down or create one. Once you hit that, that's it. If I'm down 400, okay, cool. I can still trade. I can still try to see what I can do for the rest of the day. But once I hit minus 600, no, I can't trade. You see? So if you do that, I bet that'll make a difference. I guarantee you will make a difference. Checked MT5 on my phone and put my phone back in my pocket without locking it. Opened 3 positions that I didn't realize, and my account was blown after hitting the daily drawdown. Shaking my head. Ooh, smoky. Oh man, yeah, that's a tough one. I always close out my apps before I put my phone to sleep or something, or click the power button. Always. Round of applause, baby make clap. I was in profit 4,000 in 4 days with a 100 account on Friday. Went negative because of NFP. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, news will really mess with you sometimes. The boss, what's up, the boss? Sorry, but I have listened and judged. The host is awesome and the chat is good vibes. Sorry for judging you guys. Oh my god, that is the best comment of the night. I appreciate you so much. We're gonna pin that comment to the top of the chat. Thank you so much. That's a great comment. That is too funny. Well, y'all, it's about that time. I'm gonna head out here. I will be back. I'll be back January 8th, so you can mark it on your calendar. I'll create a stream and I'll put it up so you can see it. So in case you forget, you'll be able to be like, when's she coming back? Oh, okay, I see the stream. Stream says January 8th. Okay. So yeah, I'll be back then. I'm gonna be doing some traveling. So that's why I'm not, in case you're wondering, that's why I won't be here. I won't be here on the 2nd to stream, even if I wanted to. So yeah, I will be back January 8th. We'll be streaming, and I will see you then. I hope you are safe for the new year. I hope you go into the new year with positivity. You know, the goal is to help everybody here reach their goal and to get better and to improve and to maintain a positive mindset. That's what the goal's always been, right? So let's make it happen. On that note, I will catch you later, okay? Oh yeah, I need last minute questions. You are forgiven by chat. Have a blessed 2025, people. Love that. Much love, Lynch. Keep blessed. Happy New Year. How to sign up for Asian stream. The membership link, I'll put it in the chat for those who want to join the membership. By the way, shout out to our members, man. We have members who've been members for over 2 years. Like, we have 1 year members, 6-month members, but we have members who've been members for over 2 years. So I really, really appreciate y'all supporting the channel the last 2 years. Coming up in March, we're gonna have our first 3-year membership. So for those who stick it out till March, I believe around that time we'll be hitting that 3-year membership, which is insane, right? I don't think any other channel in the trading department has people that have been up here for 2 years or 3 years. But I do appreciate it. And, all the funds usually go towards the equipment. Y'all know all the time I'm replacing my microphone, I'm replacing computer parts, whatever I have to replace. I got a new camera 2 months ago. I'll have that on next time we stream. But yeah, all the donations usually go into the stream and to the server and all that stuff. So I appreciate it, y'all. Travel and trade, please. It's great content and a dream of mine. Oh man, when I take a break, I take a break, y'all. I take a break. I do enjoy my freedom. Freedom is something I didn't know I needed until I had it. I gotta enjoy my time with my family. I don't get to see them. I live across the world, I literally live across the entire country away from everybody. So, but yeah, on that note, I'll catch you later. I hope you all have a lovely night, and I will be seeing you soon. Thank you so much.